I wanna sing, I wanna shout, I wanna scream till the words dry out. So put it in all of the pages. I'm not afraid, they can read all about it, read all about it. Oh,
this, nothing to hide, die for the smother, suffered and cried. Strife made me tough and never more with your shot.
Hi guys! For those of you who know me, and for those of you who don't, my name is Marial, aka La Mayimba. La Mayimba, just kidding. So, I know I'm uploading this video a little bit late, but better late than never. Alright, so for I've been doing YouTube videos for a while now, and I know people expect me to come on here and act all crazy, because that's what I usually do. But I thought I'd get on here and tell you guys my story. I'm gonna basically go into detail and talk to you guys about where it all started and you know how far I've come, and if I have any family members, because I know most of my family members, they don't really care, they don't really accept it, they don't really believe it. I really don't care, but I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys from the moment that it started in detail. So I mean, I know some people might be sensitive to this, but I am going to go into detail as exactly as to what happened, how it happened, and all of that. Okay? So like I said, my name is Marial. I'm also known as La Mayimba. And basically the Mayimba project originated from me wanting to just, it's like bottled up feelings that I held to myself for years, and just saying, you know what, excuse my word, fuck it, like fuck it all, I don't care anymore. You know, it's like you try so much to worry about people's feelings and you know how they're gonna feel about you know what you have to say, that at the end of the day, the people that I cared about what they would think about me if I was to speak up, they ended up like they ended up not having my back, they ended up not talking to me anymore. And it's funny because they act like I'm the bad one, you know, like I'm the black sheep in my family, literally. So you know, I don't care. So let me go ahead and start with my story. The first time I was molested was when I was like about 5 years old. It was by my grandfather's sister's husband. I know you guys are like, what the hell? Yeah, my grandfather's sister's husband. It was an old man. And basically, you know, I didn't even know how to react, but how it happened was I went over their house. We had gone before, but this was the first time that it ever happened. So yeah, we went over and we were going to be in the pool. So I don't remember much. I remember being in the pool, and I remember the man coming to like offer me something to drink. So I was, you know, I went up to my mom and I was like, hey mom, can I please have, you know, he's saying he's gonna give me something to drink. So she's like, yeah, go ahead, go with him. So obviously I'm not thinking anything of it. My whole, you know, I think it was just me and my mom and my dad were there, and we went. So next thing you know, we go to the kitchen. The man was holding my hand. And all of a sudden he like grabs me and he puts me on top of the counter. I'm still not thinking anything of it. And then next thing you know, he gives me something to drink, and next thing you know, he's like, his tongue is like down my throat. And so he was like kissing me, and like I sort of like did a shove, and I'm like whoa, what the hell just happened? And I don't remember if I said anything. I really can't remember. All I know is that he like grabbed me, he put me down on the floor, and I just left running. And that's all I remember about that incident. You know, I was a little girl. I can't think what I was thinking at the time. I think in my head I knew there was something wrong, but I didn't know how to go about it. But basically that was the first time that I was ever molested. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think I was supposed to say anything. I don't remember if I did, honestly. I just know that that was the first time. The next time that I remember me being molested was by my brother, my big brother Chris. What I remember of that, the first time that it ever happened, was that we used to have these bunk beds, and one day I remember I was in the second bunk bed. He went up there, and next thing you know, he's on top of me, and he had already like pulled my panties down, and he was like trying to put his thing in me, and I was like, I honestly didn't know what to think. I don't remember what I thought at the moment. I just knew, you know, I just knew that there was something wrong. Like, hello, it's my big brother, and I'm like, what the hell is what's going on? And then at first, I remember that at first he was like grinding on me, like dry humping me. And then next thing I know is that he was like trying to put it in me, and I was like, and all I remember is saying, please, please don't. You know, I didn't know what he was doing. I just knew that what he was trying to do wasn't right. So all I remember was saying, please don't. So all I remember was that he like put it away and ends up just dry humping me for a little bit. That's all I remember, and that was the first time that it ever happened. What I thought about it after that, I can't even recall, to be honest. Because after that, it would happen. It wasn't like, I really can't remember if it was an everyday thing. I just know that every time that it did happen, I remembered it. Like, I remember it like it was just yesterday. And so like I remember it being quite a couple of times that he would do it to me. And this was from the moment that I was like, I would say 6 or 7 till the moment that I was like 13 years old, I think it was. He would do it every now and then, and most of the time it was, luckily I never allowed him to penetrate. I knew, like deep down inside my heart and my mind, I knew it wasn't right. I knew what he was doing wasn't right. I knew in my head that a brother and a sister shouldn't be doing what was happening. But then again, I can't answer as to why I never said anything. I really can't. I think it was more embarrassment. I was scared how my mom would react to me saying that, and it was like all these bottled up feelings that I just didn't know how to react about the situation. Because I'm trying to do it through like the period of periods. So in between my brother molesting me, there was a time that my cousin Jose, and yes, I'm saying names because I'm hoping that some of my family members are possibly watching this, and because I know that the fact that my mom won't really say it, and I never really said names before other than my dad and my brother, you know, I just feel like it's necessary for them to know who they are. So yeah, my cousin Jose. At the time, I was probably like 7 or 8 years old when it happened. We were at my aunt's house, Josie's house, and we were all chilling, having a good time. And I would always notice my cousin look at me a little funny, but it was like the least of my worries. And then next thing you know, we're about to leave. I know I remember my mom saying, hey guys, like get ready, we're ready to go. And I went to get ready to go, and next thing you know, he was like, oh hey, come here, come with me. I was like, oh okay. So I went with him to the room, and next thing you know, he like carries me. He was like 14 probably at the time. He carries me, he puts me on the bed, and I had like this little skirt on, and he turns me around and like puts me on all fours. And when he did that, I don't know what was going through my mind. I just know that I was like, hey, like what are you doing? What's going on? And he's like, no, just stay like that. And I was like, okay, you know, I was a little girl, so I didn't know if he was trying to play a game with me or what the situation was. But once he did that, he like came towards me. He didn't penetrate either. It was more, again, like a dry hump. I think he had his pants down, and next thing you know, he was like dry humping me. So I was like, I went to like turn back around because he had me on the bed, and I was like on all fours. And I went to turn around, and I was like, yo, like Jose, like what are you doing? And he's like, he just gave me like the most evil, devilish like smile in the world. And he was like, oh, do you like that? And I was like, what? Like what? Like what are you doing? And then in the back of everything that was going on at the moment, I just hear my mom like, Marial calling me out. And I was like, yo, I have to go, like, if you don't let me go, I'm gonna scream out for my mom. And he was like, and he got pissed at me. So he stopped, and like, he just stopped, and he like ended up letting me go, and I just ran. And again, I don't remember, I don't know if it was that I was already getting used to the fact that my brother was doing that shit to me. So I don't know if in my head I thought, okay, so this is common, you know, like, I guess. And I remember, like, I don't know why, again, I don't know why I didn't tell my mom. My mom was never one to tell me, hey, don't allow anybody to touch you. My mom never asked me if anybody touched me before. My mom was always like type of thing that she'd keep me under her arm the whole time, but she wasn't realizing that it was her own family that was doing me harm. You know, like she thought that by protecting me from the outer world, she didn't have nothing to worry about in regards to like our family, our close-knit family, supposedly. So that was the, I guess I would say, third time I was molested. The fourth time that I was molested, even while my brother kept on molesting me, the fourth time I was molested was by my father. It was the person that I least expected. Once I started getting older, I started realizing that what my brother was doing and what had happened to me was wrong. I just didn't know how to speak up about it. You know, I honestly, in my teen years, I hated my mom. I loved her, but I hated her because I'm like, you know, like, why don't you protect me? Why don't you do something to help me? Like, I didn't know how to go about it. And so, yeah.